Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to CEVO-P Season 6. As you've seen, we're going to have a match between Denial Esports and the Stream Team. I'm Helium. Joining me is Dust, and we're going to be covering this for you tonight, so hopefully you're all comfortable and ready to watch some great action. And Dust, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just kind of chilling out after the weekend, and kicking back into some CS right off the bat as soon as the week starts. Also, don't have school tomorrow, so that's pretty great.
Nice.
So yeah, it's an all in all a cool weekend.
Alright, so you're the actual CSGO caster here, so I'll leave this to you. I know that Denial recently picking up a new roster. I believe it was an older Lunatic roster, and also some changes to the Stream Team. I don't know if you want to talk to us about that.
Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, cool. I mean, you were just spot on. There's not really much more to add to that. This is the former Lunatic lineup that we saw from like the Aspen qualifiers and things like that, getting picked up by Denial as that team moved on to get picked up by Liquid, of course, which is like a recent announcement from last week. Basically, they made a couple of roster changes. They brought in Automatic since the Aspen qualifiers because Dumore left the team, so that is one of the roster changes. And Slimmy was like kind of a recent change too, but he's definitely been on the team, a decent amount of time now. But he was kind of a change at one point in time, like a little bit back during the Aspen qualifiers. But yeah, Automatic is kind of the new guy on the team. After Dumore left the team. I don't know why he left the team. I know he did leave the team.
Maybe to do more.
Yeah, maybe so. I know he's was looking for another team after he left this team, so I don't guess he's done being a competitive player in CS:GO. He was actually one of their best players, but yeah, for whatever reason he left the team. I'm not sure if he got kicked or if he quit. I have no clue. I just know that he isn't on the team anymore, and so they picked up Automatic. And so other than that, that's pretty much all that can really be said. I mean, Lunatic was a team, during the Aspen qualifiers who pulled, off some good results, and some of these, Go RGN tournaments that we've seen, like the Winter Classic they did, and some of the other off-season tournaments that they've done. Lunatic was, placing pretty well in those online tournaments. Of course, a lot of the top competition wasn't involved in those tournaments, namely the XI by Power, namely Cloud9. A lot of these top NA teams weren't a part of these Go RGN tournaments, so that does kind of somewhat skew the results if they're able to, do well in tournaments that the top teams aren't a part of. But still a good accomplishment to, do well in those online tournaments. And, the Aspen qualifiers, while they did not actually qualify, of course, they did make it to, the top 8 in both qualifiers, and in one of the qualifiers they made top 4, if I'm not mistaken. So they actually did pretty well there, and it included an upset against who is now Liquid, the former Denial. They actually beat them in a best-of-3 in the quarterfinals to make the semifinals, and I think that the second qualifier. And Overpass was actually one of the maps that the current Denial Esports beat what is now Liquid on in that qualifier to advance. So I know it is a map that they are familiar with and can play pretty strong on, beating a team that was favorited over them, in that qualifier on this particular map. So it's a map that they can definitely play. Now you look over at the Stream Team. I mean, the roster is much different than what it was in the past, and I mean, they pretty much had a bunch of their players poached by different professional teams when they were competing, last season in ESEAP and in CEVO as well. Adren, of course, getting poached, and now he's on what is Liquid. Anger got poached, and he joined what is now Liquid, but of course he got removed from that team. Now he plays with Netcode Guides, as they just recently sponsored Mythic. And then Volcano got poached as well by Elevate, even though now he no longer plays for that team. In fact, I don't think Volcano's competing at all right now.
Yeah, I saw him on Twitter with something like that.
Well, because I know he's actually trying to get a job as being like a map maker for some FPS company. I'm not sure who, they didn't name it, but I know he's been trying to
Seems right up his
pursue
alley.
it. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to pursue, he's done it part-time, making maps such as Cash and, the Volcano edition of Train, which didn't really get embraced as much as it needed to be. And so, I mean, he's definitely had some ventures in Counter-Strike and map making already, but I know he's trying to pursue a full-time career, doing map making for different multiplayer FPS titles. So we'll see what comes of that. I think that because he's focused on that, I think that's kind of pulled away from him trying to compete right now. Anyway, so the point is, they still do have Pex, Statutory Ape, and Yayo, and that is, 3 guys that they use pretty regularly on the former Stream Team from, the seasons past. But they did pick up Tam, or Matt, who has played on a couple of Canadian teams for CS:GO in the past. Like, I think Crucial Connection, it would probably be like the most recognizable name for a team that he's played on in the past. So look out for him. And they also picked up Wade, who actually used to play way back in the day with Warden and company when they had like their first pro teams, like first ESEA Invite and CEVO-P teams, like when they were like still called United 5. Wade was like one of their original 5 members. Actually, this was back before like Fraud got back into playing. I think it was like just Warden and Storm, and they were using people like Wade and Oct and some of these other guys. This was like a year and a half ago or something like that. It was a long time ago. So Wade has been, you know, inactive in competitive CS for probably the last year or so, or at least he didn't play at like a high level. He might have been playing with like friends and some lower tier teams, like in Open and, you know, intermediate and things like that. But he's made his return to the pro scene by you know, getting picked up by this stream team roster, and so that pretty much does it. I mean, other than that, that pretty much covers both teams and their players and their history, I guess.
Pretty in depth, I must say. I kind of want to bring up a question.
Sure.
What do you think about, you know, old school players returning, as you just went over and mentioned a few, like those old school players versus new up and coming talent? Like, do you notice any big differences in play styles or anything?
I mean, I guess like newer players tend to be a bit more aggressive than like older school players to some degree. I mean, like certain old school players had a, you know, reputation of being aggressive, but typically younger players just, you know, tend to be really flashy fraggers and have really sick aim, but some of them haven't developed necessarily the game sense or experience to make good decisions and stuff like that. But for the most part, not really. I mean, they fit in pretty well. There's actually been like very few new players who have really broken to the scene, but you know, I guess Relics on this Denial lineup would be like an example of a newer player who's kind of broken to the scene and done really well for himself. You know, Nitro and some of those guys over on Liquid are other names you can think of. Desi, a free agent right now, another guy that kind of, you know, broke out really well. So there's, you know, not nearly as many new guys as veterans, but I think Shroud really is kind of the guy who led the way for new guys to make a name for themselves in CS:GO. And like I said, people like Nitro and Tarek have kind of followed in his footsteps and become new players in CS:GO that can actually do something, you know, well for themselves.
All right, so we just saw the knife round there. It was Denial that won, and we'll see what side they elect. I would expect them to want to go CT side.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this map is definitely CT favored. I mean, the game itself is CT favored.
Yeah.
Just because of the way the mechanics are. And there's been a lot of, you know, arguments and talks on that. You know, some of the reasoning for it is, you know, the smoke grenades and
they are quite good in CS:GO.
Yeah, so smokes are really good for holding choke points as a CT. Also, flashbangs for terrorists executing a site aren't nearly as effective as they used to be in previous iterations of the game. So it takes a little bit more skill to actually get a flash to work and catch CTs and actually blind them. You know, pop flashes. You can't just, you know, throw flashes over a wall willy-nilly and expect to blind somebody. Like, you actually have to get it, because you pretty much have to be staring within, like, I think 45 degrees of a flash for it to actually affect you. So if you like turn 90 degrees away from it, so you don't even have to do like a complete 180.
Yeah.
You can just like turn 90 degrees to your right, which is not very hard to do. It takes like less than a second to flick 90 degrees to your right or left to avoid a flash. I mean, you're still somewhat effective, but you're not full blind is my point, unless you're like within, I think, even maybe less than 45 degrees of it. So little things like that have certainly made the game CT-sided in general, but this map has always been regarded as pretty CT-sided, though. Like, you know, the updates to the map at the A-bomb site particularly, where you can do the more forward plant, like towards the bathrooms as a terrorist. You can actually like plant and then like fall back towards the bathroom area and stuff like that. Has somewhat balanced the map a bit, I think. But
yeah, I think we definitely
certainly
saw a shift towards T-side a little bit, being able to pick up quite a few more rounds. But here we go into the first round of the half. It's going to be Denial Esports versus the Stream Team. The Stream Team are going to be on the terrorist side, starting in Denial on CT.
Yeah, I guess I'll throw a quick prediction out there before the game starts, since I haven't really talked about who I think will win and the strong suits in the map. But I'd have to go ahead and say Denial will take this probably pretty easily. I mean, the thing is I don't think the Stream teams really ever played this map very much. Like, it's a new map to most North American teams, to be honest, because it just started getting used in competition. But I know that I was somewhat familiar with it from playing it in the Aspen qualifiers, whereas the stream team didn't really participate in that. Now it's like the first tournament we saw in North America that actually used overpass regularly. So Denial probably has more experience on this map, which gives them a slight edge. And I think overall they're just like a more put together team. Like the stream team's still kind of finding their footing with some of these new guys. But starting off okay, getting the opening pick, but a cool boost here by Relics and company, able to get it right back into a 4 versus 4.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice boost. They'll turn around and find one in the sewers. The door, though, going to be open. Relics will fall back, and it was actually Slemmy who went down first. Can't quite recall who found that pick, but some more fighting here in construction as Tam moves up towards A, and he's got, hey, it's Wade over there coming from long A, and that's going to be 3 terrorists looking to execute onto the A bomb site. CT player is at truck and will be taken down by the Statutory Ape, which is the best name ever.
He's also probably the best player on that team, if I'm honest. Like, he's proven in the past to be a pretty solid fragger for this team, even when, like, a Jordan Anchor was still on the team. Ape was always pretty good. But, man, Flowsick coming in and preventing that bomb plant, huge. In a 1 versus 2, though, and we'll see if he can try to hold out, but not going to happen. Wade will eventually catch him. So, kind of a back-and-forth pistol around there, but in the end, the stream team was able to do just enough to stay a step ahead and secure the round. But a decent attempt at Denial with a kind of a crafty boost towards the squeaky door, and then that last play there where we saw... You saw them kind of come in and prevent the bomb plant was an attempt at almost pulling it out, but it did go to the stream team.
Yeah, and immediately the terrorists will majority rifle up. It looks like we've got, is that an MP7? Yeah, MP7 over here on Tam. So as long as they survive these anti-ecos, they might need to be careful as Flowsick does have a scout. We see him at long A right now, jumping over the little flower beds by the bathrooms. Or a short bath, which I've seen scouts, like a couple teams picking up 2 or even 3 scouts on eco on the CT side of this map, and they definitely can turn it around. Like the scout in conjunction with some pistol damage after a hit, it can be pretty nice. But Statutory Ape are going to be the one to make first contact, and Automatic is going to bring him down. He'll peek downstairs, and while strafing, will even pick off Tam. So much for surviving that eco. It's going to be a little more difficult now as the stream team only with 3 players. The Tex will get one there, and maybe another, but not quite.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to fight back in this round, but that was a good start by Denial. Just kind of a crafty play to pop flash 3 players out of bathrooms and just kind of swarm a couple of guys there in that courtyard area and then stairs and get a couple of picks. But the stream team has evened it out to a 3-on-3, but Automatic waiting in the corner with the 250, able to pick off a kill, gets away and comes back to get down the bomb carrier. So a great individual effort for Automatic. He's actually gotten all 4 kills so far this round, so he's actually looking for the ace. And like I said, that was just really a cool, crafted play. Won't get the ace. It's just going to be Yayo able to finish that off. And now it's actually come down to a 1 versus 1. Slimmy going to try to finish the deal. Takes Yayo down to very low HP on this ladder. But the problem is Yayo had to keep forcing the issue because the bomb was down at the top end of that ladder. So he kind of was forced to just kind of keep running through there and hope for the best. It didn't pan out. But yeah, to talk about the scout thing, I mean, a lot of teams are doing that now when they lose first round, especially if you got a couple of kills and can afford the scout. It can definitely be really powerful. It's an assist master. Does a lot of damage even if you don't get that initial headshot frag. And with the CZ being rebuffed, it's definitely very effective once again as it used to be. And like I said, you can definitely pull out rounds like you just saw there. But that was really mostly due to kind of a cool pop flash and rush bathrooms more than anything.
And Relics must have had a really strong forward spawn. He will contest that main drainage pipe and spray down everybody. So Denial not going to be giving up any eco rounds, or at least that one. And now we'll probably see one more save here from that terrorist squad, as they're also in about mid 3K. Maybe some upgraded pistols here is about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way the economy works in this game now, is if you win pistol but you lose second round, it's pretty much an auto double save at that point because of the money you invested in SMGs and maybe even light rifles like, Galil's on T side or Famas on CT side. You invest that money, you buy down so low, and then all of a sudden you're only getting $1,400 and $1,900 for the next 2 rounds after you have lost the second round. So it's pretty much an auto double save nowadays if you win pistol, lose second round.
We'll see what Flowstick can get done. He'll bring down one in construction, but Tam comes out with the Tech 9 and will bring him down. Now Valens, though, he's watching the sandbag area. He'll get one, but Statutory 8 moving in with the P250 brings down Valens. Now Yayu looking for that 1 dig. Can he get it? If it's going to be on anyone, it's maybe Slemmy up top. And speaking of Slemmy, he'll bring down one with the Famas. And that's going to bring it to a 2-on-1 situation. Yayu trying to plant the bomb by his lonesome, and it's not going to happen. Automatic will stop that.
Say that name one more time.
Which one, Yayu? I don't know. I'm out of my element, dude. I'm just reading.
That is... No, I've just never heard it called that before.
What did it say,
That's
Yayo?
Really fun. Yeah, people just usually say Yayo, but But what you said was
See,
actually great.
the thing is,
it.
it's because he capitalizes the other Y, so if I'm just going to read that, I'm like, oh, capital letter, it's two words.
I get why. Yeah.
We should maybe tell people that I have no idea for most of the players. It's very hard to follow multiple esports scenes, and I'm kind of working on it, but...
You're doing a fine job. I just never heard that before. Now it's actually kind of cool.
And odd enough, I actually know Statutory Ape from Dota. He's actually very good at that game as well. I've cast him a few times.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I had no idea you played Dota 2.
Well, there's your TIL, everybody.
Yeah, there's what today I learned, yeah.
Relics and Tam are already dead this round, and that's going to move things to a 4-on-4 scenario. Pax trying to move towards that short bath and run into Slemmy, but now there's a Yayo picking up a kill over on that A-bomb site. Slemmy's been spotted out, and goes to retreat, takes a shot, and with a quick flick will find one, and then Wade on the cleanup there brings him down. But A-site under terrorist control right now.
And finally, Denial's like kind of aggression over here at the A side of the map has finally been kind of caught and punished by the stream team. Of course, a lot of reason why they couldn't punish it before is because they were on saves, but here they have been able to contest it pretty well and trade out ahead and actually get into the A side to get a bomb plant. But Valen's able to go ahead and get another one. Flowstick coming in on the flank, able to get a kill as well, but Wade in such a great position, able to catch Flowstick coming in, and the bomb is definitely planted for him, but the smoke is kind of up, but Valen's is going to, tap them outside the smoke. He's forcing Wade out. Wade, playing real patient here, playing real smart, but Valence coming around the corner, does a lot of damage to Wade. Wade, is playing the bomb, playing the clock really well here, not overcommitting to peaks, really doing a great job, and eventually finishes it off, and that's some of that, veteran experience. Even if he's a bit rusty fragging because he hasn't played at a high level in a while, he definitely still has, the smarts to maneuver himself properly in that 1-versus-1 and secure the round, so that was really good.
I don't think you ever lose that clutch instinct. Like, if you were a clutch player once upon a time in CS, it's not going anywhere, that's for sure. No matter what the guns look like, your rainbow finish Glock, you can still get it done. And now it's going to actually be another rifle round up here. It looks like a little short on the funds. A lot of CTs opting to not go with the head armor, which, that's an okay decision on CT. And we do see Valence with just a 5.7, actually.
Yeah, a bit of a broken buy here from Denial. Definitely kind of scrapping the bottom of the barrel to be able to put something together in this round. In fact, they'll definitely have to save next if they lose here. So this is an opportunity for the stream team to actually take kind of an early lead in this match if they're able to capitalize here.
It looks like the terrorists, for the meantime, up in those stairways, those halls, trying to work back up towards middle. That construction door now opened, and it is being watched. 2 people actually playing in there. Flowstick as well as Valence. And Valence, we'll see him trying to jump out of the sandbags. Statutory Ape is going to bring him down with that op shot. Not exactly sure where that was from, but let's check his position. Oh, he caught him from the doors. Just did a quick peek out.
Yeah, unfortunately, you saw Valence kind of get stuck over down the sandbags there, tried to cross back, got caught. Meanwhile, Flowstick does take 8 down in the door, and Relics from the Toxic headshot angle able to take down 1 as well. And now all of a sudden, the stream team just kind of falling apart, as we're seeing Relics and Flowstick really step up and grab these frags back after that initial pick from Statutory Ape. And the stream team, just kind of having a great start to the round with some early picks, and now they're just starting to kind of crumble. And it just seems like they aren't really sure of their footing on how to play this map. It seems like they're just kind of getting held up and hesitating, and playing down to the last few seconds of the round and kind of getting caught by the remaining Denial members. So I think this really does come down to not necessarily map awareness. I'm sure they all know the map, know the spots, know what to call things, but I don't think they've actually probably ever scrimmed this map as a team since they've come together. And this team only came together, like Wade and Tam entering the roster, just maybe like a week or 2 ago. So, I mean, they're still like a brand new lineup. I don't think they've ever played this map before as a 5, so this is just kind of feeding into Denial. I mean, they can still make plays, they can make good picks, they can make their shots because they're, skilled players, but when it comes down to like these mid-round situations, late-round situations, I don't think they're really sure of themselves on how they want to finish out rounds from the T side.
Yeah, in a map like this, you lose a few members as the terrorist side and give the CTs the man advantage. With the rotates being so fast, it's pretty hard to do all that much on overpass. Maybe you can still get the bomb down, but winning the round, I think your chances are pretty minimal, as I guess they are in general. But here we go. They're trying to take into B. Relics, though. Watching that main drain will bring down 3. Pex will find that opening frag for the terrorist, at least, quickly brought down by Valence. And now another one trying to come down through that squeaky door. Valence going to spray him down with that FAMAS as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, while the game kind of started out kind of close, kind of back and forth, mostly due to Denial being able to get that second round eco and kind of, getting to an early good start after losing pistol. The stream team's been forced to have a string of ecos. This is actually going to be their 3rd save so far this game. So out of 7 rounds played, they've had to save 3 times. So that's almost half the game. So that's a little tough. That's certainly contributing to why they're not doing so hot just yet. But I think it's also down, like I said, to just map fluency and how they want to do things. But this next gun round will hopefully kind of be their opportunity to see if they can put something together. But in this save, we're seeing Flowstick get aggressive. Actually got caught by Ape. He'll get an M4 for his troubles, but Relix is right there to trade it back to prevent them from collecting that gun. So down to a 4-on-4, as we're going to start seeing TST kind of collapse on the same bomb site from Upper Park as well as bathrooms.
Yeah, and Ape's been doing really well at getting some of these pistol frags on these eco rounds. As you said, majority of them have been save, or at least quite a few of them. But Automatic gonna peel off Pex there, and now 3 people on the terror squad. 2 over here at A, 1 lurking at B. And it looks like Valens may have found him out, but now we were watching Automatic and Slemmy shutting down that A push. I think the 8-man there, which must have been Ape, was maybe going for that, just like a fake to B, force maybe one to rotate. Actually, it was Yayo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and see the stream team go ahead and buy up for pretty much the 2nd time this game out of all the rounds played thus far. So this is kind of their next chance to contribute something here on the T side. Kind of curious to see what they're going to do. Last time they did this, Ape was kind of working op picks out Squeaky Door while he had some teammates kind of working that longer canal area over at B. But this time they're actually bringing that op, over towards the A side courtyard. And Slemmy's playing really aggressive with this M4, so we're kind of see how this pans out.
Yeah, he got flashed. I was a little worried for him for a second, but it doesn't look like the aggression was quite there. The man over there is Yayo, trying to peek down into the bathroom. So they've done either a nade or a brief wall bang. Someone actually just did 1 damage to Automatic as he was getting out of there with 97. So yeah, I think they were chipping him up through some of the concrete.
Yeah, I mean, Automatic and company got really aggressive here at the stairwell, which is certainly like a common play that you can do early in the round as a CT side from the A side of the map. Not able to get anything out of it, but they didn't take any damage either. They just kind of slowed the stream team down. Now they're getting set up. Flowstick getting aggressive, catching the Opper Ape out here outside B. That's kind of weird to have the Op all by himself on the other side of the map. But Tam at least able to kind of get something going as he will equalize it back to a 4 versus 4. And we are starting to see the stream team kind of work into this construction area. Yayo's still over at A, trying to hold people over here, but that bomb seems to be, going A. Unless Yayo gets some picks, then maybe they'll backtrack back to A. We'll just have to kind of see what they want to do. They still have 30 seconds to play with.
Yeah, well, they got really slowed down over here by the sandbags, mainly because that molly got thrown out by one of the CTs. But here goes the smoke. I don't know if they're going to try to work around it or plant inside of it. Wade going to move forward and bring down Relix, who was playing at the barrels. Valens, though, is still here and creeping up into the site. I don't know if he heard the bomb. I guess he must have if he was trying to peek over like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And Valens kills him, but the bomb was indeed planted. Wade with 5 HP in the drains, but there's a lot of areas to check over there. Looks like Valens just needed to hit 1 bullet, and he himself will be brought down to 5 HP.
Yeah, I mean, the Nav's just been really aggressive, really, on both sides of the map. Like, early on, they'll push guys like stairs and bathrooms at A to look for picks over at, the balloons and then the stairwells and things like that, which isn't horribly uncommon. In fact, you see a lot of teams do that early in the round, and then they kind of just progressively fall back into the A site as the clock ticks down. But they've also been, really aggressive at B2. I mean, they're pressing guys in the construction and through the pipes and through the canal area and getting aggressive over there as well. Like you saw them catch Ape with the op outside that area in the last round. They've done that a couple of times, actually. So they're just kind of, getting pushy across the map, and the stream team's only really been able to counter it 1 time this entire game. They won the pistol, which had nothing to do with it, but then they won that 1 round off of some aggression from the Nav. But since then, they've really been getting caught by it and struggling to counter it.
Oh, Valens is going to be brought down after. I think there was quite a bit of battling going on in the construction area. As we saw, there was a push through by the CTs last time. So TST making sure to lock down that area. Didn't work out all that well for them because trading more effectively is denial. And, well, it's not even a trade when Relix does stuff like that. Just bring it down to 3K over there by the sandbags.
Yeah, Relix has just been dominating that side of the map. I mean, he's had multiple rounds where he's just kind of locked down that canal area. Granted, a lot of the times that he's gotten multi-fraction, that spot has been on actual save pushes by the stream team, where pretty much every eco I've seen the stream team do has been some type of split over at the B bomb site, and Relix has always been there kind of just to mow down a few guys to rack up some stats. But even in that round there, I mean, that was a full gun round. He just played really smart, bouncing back and forth between, that sandbags area and in this canal area and just being able to get lots of frags. And we see Yayo getting caught by Flowsick right off the bat. Kind of a broken buy around here from the stream team, and so once again they're kind of off to an early bad start. But Ape and company able to keep it down to a 3 versus 3 here, and they'll recollect the bomb, so they still have a chance in this round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they gave Ape, it was all pistols, and then Ape started with an AK. It looks like through the kills, Tam has been able to pick up a Colt, but now as they try to push in into the A site, Valence just brings down everybody. Tam will get flow stick. It's a 1-on-2, so it's it's definitely winnable, but it's still not your highest percent. He'll try to move into the site, and he will. He'll get the bomb down. He'll get some needed economy to his team, and he tries to get back over to Sandbag's area, though still under surveillance by Relics, and he is brought down. So now just gotta defuse.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, that's such a quick rotate, between the 2 bomb sites through CT spawn, basically, and that's pretty much just kind of really negates your ability to do late round fakes or late round rotations from site to site as a terrorist. I mean, they're just going to get right on top of you as soon as you get to the other site. It's just bad timings. That kind of contributes to why the map is overall kind of CT sided. But yeah, I mean, let's just be honest. The stream team's never been able to consistently put anything together. Yeah, they won pistol, but outside of that, they've only won 1 round out of the rest that have been played thus far. Granted, they've had to save quite a lot. But even in some of these even gun rounds, they've definitely struggled. They haven't won a single one. As Slimmy getting aggressive with that op, already getting a pick on Hey It's Wade. Peck's trying to come up the stairs to see if he can punish somebody, but the Nile starting that fallback movement. Pex will get one, and Tam picked up one as well. So they're fighting back here in these early rounds, but they've really struggled in these 3 versus 3 situations all game long, man.
Yeah, they have. I thought Denial might get to the point where they're getting overly aggressive, pushing out towards the bathrooms into the balloons looking for picks, and maybe they just get out-aimed on a round, and the stream team can take a couple more. And it looks like it has the potential of happening this round, especially with the double-scoped weapons pushing up like that. But we'll see. It's a 2-on-2. The bomb is down. Yayo is going to go for it. It's on the stairs. I'm not sure if the CTs know about it or not. They
do, and Flowsick actually made a great maneuver to kind of bail off the bomb and come back around to Fountain the other way, and he picks up a nice kill on Tam because of that movement. So that was just a really smart play from Flowsick to actually bail on the bomb and come back around the other side, and now he catches a frag and gets it into a 2 versus 1. So just some smart play there by him. Yayo does have the bomb. He does have 28 seconds to work with. It's like he actually is trying to think about bringing it back over here to the B bomb site, and no one's actually there because Flowsick still pushed up Fountain, and we have Valence actually playing real passive at A. This is really weird. I'm not sure why. With Flowsick in his position, Valence should not be A. Unless he thinks that maybe he went upper, in which case, yeah, Flowsick wouldn't have seen that. But as it stands, the bomb does get planted, but Flowsick flanks around through Tricky Door and grabs the kill. Wait for the fire to go away. He'll get the defuse, and it'll be 10-2. And honestly, almost every gun round has played out in this formula. You see Denial's early aggression get an initial pick, the stream team does well to trade it, and they kind of go back and forth, but then it comes down to a 3 versus 3 almost every single round, and then Nile just wins those 3v3s almost pretty much every single time.
Yeah, well, into round 13, it's now 10-2. The stream team, if they really want to make this a proper match, they're going to have to win here, possibly win out. 10-5, I think, is not a bad scoreline on Overpass, and they can do it. They're at full strength right now. They've got an op, they've got AKs, they've even got most of their utility nades. So let's see if they can get it done. Pex moving over in towards the squeaky door area construction. Everyone else moving over in towards A in the bathrooms. And our number 8 man, that's Yayo over at B. We'll see who will get that first blood. It looks like it might be Wade, but no, Slemmy. Wade can't quite do it. He'll light him up. He brings him down to 12 HP, but he can't bring home the kill. So already it's 4-on-5. Tam, can he get the pick? No, he's also going to get out-opt over there in the
Abendspiel. He had the bomb by himself way over there. That's so weird. That's just kind of a miscommunication to have the bomb by himself with the op trying to go for a pick at upper A. And now you can see, I mean, TST's way far away from that bomb.
Yeah, the whole team is... Well, yeah, I guess you just said it. Very far away from the bomb. Ape is over in the bathrooms, as well as Pex just watching his 6, and it's a 3-man Valence that's pushing up on him. Oh, Automatics there as well with an op, and he'll bring down one Slummy to get the other. The round does not go well for TST. Falls apart pretty early on.
Yeah, they just look lost. Yeah, they get in positions to get early picks, and like I said, they keep treading down to 3v3. Except for that round, they just got kind of completely obliterated. It just seems like I said, they're just not sure themselves. They seem kind of lost. And they've rotated in a different opper. They had Ape kind of starting out with the op, then they switched to Yayo kind of opping, and in that round it was Tam. So they've just been kind of throwing the op in different directions. Not sure if it's based on spawns or if someone's just like, hey, let me try opping this time, or who knows. But either way, it just hasn't been working out for them. And in that round, they just made a mental mistake of just having the bomb isolated way on the other side of the map from the rest of his team. And once that happened, that was pretty much OV. And here they're trying to step out, make some plays over here at HBT Door. But Relic's doing some great 180 work here with the rifle. And look at him go. He's going to get the nice 4K there in construction. And that was just... You know, Relic's, like I said, been locking down that B side of the map almost every single round. And he's multi-fragged quite a lot. He's already up to 20 frags here.
Yeah, it looks like Ape might have been caught up in that smoke a little bit too, unfortunately for him. Could have maybe brought down Relics a bit earlier, but who knows. It's round 15, the last round of the first half. Denial doing very, very well, and we can only wonder, looking back, it was the stream team that took that first round and then got ecoed, and unfortunately haven't been able to win any more than one round since that time. But here they go, moving over towards that construction squeaky area. Both teams being very, well, I guess the Terrace, you know, this is just your turf. It's the CTs that are being extremely aggressive. They're going to nade. Little did they know that nade did quite a bit to Tam and who else is surviving here? Pex. And they're both scouted out. I believe Automatic saw them both, but they'll push up more aggressively than he expected. Tam to find the headshot right there. Moving into the site. It has brought it all on to a 2-on-2 right now, but the bomb is down. So you've gotten to the B site. That's great. But that bomb over in that squeaky door. Relic's in a pretty good spot. A lot of areas to check over here on this map.
Yeah, they're trying to do like kind of a counter boost to kind of check Squeaky Door and see if they can see anything, but no one gonna do anything there. Peck's gonna throw a pop flash. They're gonna try to work their way through sandbags, as we do have, you know, this guy sitting out here in the corner. He's able to get one flow stick coming through. Peck's kind of aware of it, but not able to get the kill anyway. On Denial, you know, staying true to form. They pretty much locked down, you know, the whole map. The whole game, really. I mean, like I said, there's only one round that the stream team fit in outside the pistol. And other than that, you know, there were a lot of times where the stream team were able to kind of trade themselves into 3v3s in the mid-round, but they could just never capitalize on those even situations. There was a couple of times they, you know, had the bomb isolated on one side of the map, and when it got brought down, it pretty much, you know, messed them up from having any chance at winning at that point. So a couple little mental mistakes like that, just kind of having the bomb out of position, so to speak. But in reality, I think it really just came down to, I mean, Denial's players were holding stuff down. They were consistently aggressive here at the bathrooms and stairs and in this balloon area and getting picks and slowing down the stream team and kind of getting them off their footing. And, you know, Relics, you know, individually was just completely shutting down the B side of the map, you know, at sandbags as well as at Canal. So this all-around good play from the CT side, and the stream team just never really figuring it out. Like I said, I don't think they have any familiarity with this map as a 5, and that definitely showed in their T-side play because there was a lot of rounds where there was a good bit of hesitation or uncertainty going on from their side.
Yeah, and I brought up the stats a little bit in that brief halftime. They won the first round, and the only other round the stream team won after that was actually the first rifle versus rifle round, then giving up absolutely everything. But here they've got a chance to redeem themselves moving on to that CT side. If they can start off really strong, if they string these three together, then maybe there's a chance. And we'll see what Denial can show us here on the T side of Overpass.
Yeah, this map with Nuke is like the two maps where you really can kind of rally big double-digit rounds from the CT side in a streak and actually try to come back in the game. So, yeah, TST's definitely not out of it yet, but if they lose this pistol, it's probably over. So this round's definitely important, not necessarily for winning the game, but just surviving the game. Even winning here, they still have a lot of work to do. But like I said, this is one of the two maps where you probably can really get some momentum on the CT side, so we'll see what happens.
All right, the smokes in A, as we are so accustomed to, start going down. It's actually the entire Terra side that's trying to move in. Ape's taking some damage. He'll get one headshot. Can he find the other? He's going to have to reload. He's shot a lot, and yeah, they'll bring him down before that anyways. Tam, though, moving around nicely through the smoke, very quickly, bringing down 2 headshots. Relics, though, finding 2 kills right there, and now it's to a 1-on-2. So after all the blood has been shed, we find the stream team with that 2-on-1 advantage. Ooh. Not a situation they've spent a lot of time in this round, or this match. Relic's even switching out guns right there. Must have been low on ammo, as those silenced USPs do not come with too many.
Yeah, I mean, that was just, you know, a good hold there from the stream team. We saw the knock go kind of for like a smoke strat at the A-bomb site to try to get a plant inside the smoke, but we saw players like Tam kind of just pressing around that are playing the edges of the smokes and warning the gunfights there. And so that was a good job by the stream team to kind of shut that pistol round down. That's the survival round, basically, that at least gives them a chance to try to make a comeback by winning that round. They just need to focus on not getting eco, but they're going to go up against some Tech 9s and head armor, and this is definitely, something that still can be very dangerous to defend against, even if you do have your rifles. So this is kind of their next test. They can get past this. I think they're kind of a shoe-in to get to 13-6, but or 13-5 at least. But yeah, they still have a long road ahead. But that was the first step.
The P90 by Wade still opting for that rather expensive submachine gun on this second round here. We'll see what it can get done with it. It seems like actually playing B with the P90 does seem fairly favorable.
Well, the P90 is like the one gun that can actually counter the Tech 9 at close range with rate of fire. Like, because you can just spout off so many bullets so quick with the Tech 9 in close range and destroy people
while running and jumping, doing a backflip.
Exactly. So at least the P90 allows you to have some like similar mobility with your gun and still be usually accurate and match that rate of fire.
All right, well, this round starting off pretty slow, and I think that kind of shows how important it is for TST to sit in and holding things content. But here comes Denial. Relics going to find one headshot. Pex, and now Flow 6. Statutory Ape, though, he's up there, the high ground in B, bringing down quite a few with that FAMAS. Actually got a 2K there. Slemmy, the last man alive. And would you look at that? It's going to be TST taking another round, so moving up to 4. And, well, we've got one more round that should go their way, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit dangerous. Not a clean win for the Stream team by any means. Denial almost was able to kind of pull something off there. It almost had the bomb plan, which would have been good enough for, maybe a bye coming up a little bit earlier than TST wanted. So a little bit scary, but, TST held on to what they needed to do, and now they look to be pretty sure to get to 13-5. And then from there, it's just going to be up to whether or not they can have a similarly strong CT side as Denial did. I mean, the fact that they won the pistol this time around and didn't get ecoed is like a huge plus. So if they can, like I said, just pull out their own, 12 rounds on CT side gun rounds, then all of a sudden you see them winning the game 16-13, But yeah, it's too early to call, but they definitely are starting to put the pieces together to try to make a comeback.
Yeah, so far for this round, I think the Stream team must kind of realize that the terrorists are sitting over there in the playground or towards the bathrooms, because they had pushed into construction. They opened up that squeaky door, they looked in, took a look up the stairs, and then walked back out. So not seeing any terrorists at all through either of the drains or in the squeaky door, you got to wonder. They're either moving towards A or they're just playing it really, really slow. And it turns out it's very slow. They've actually flipped the bomb back around over towards B with 2 people, Relics as well as Flow Stick here on Denial, looking to maybe fake into that A site as the smokes go down.
Yeah, but Pex has like a crazy position here. He can definitely do a lot of damage to shut this down. And there you see him getting a couple of frags. The AO also with a couple of his own. And so this is pretty much just going to get foiled. And it was really Denial. And they didn't invest any money in this round. They were just looking to see if they couldn't cause a rotation and maybe just kind of overpower somebody and get a bomb plant. But not going to be the case. It's automatic left all alone in a 1 versus 4. He gets 1 kill. He might pick up this FAMAS here. But time is pretty much ticked away and actually gets caught by an HE there from Peck. So 13-5 is the scoreline, and the Stream team has weathered the storm in the sense that they've avoided getting beat by not losing pistol and not getting eco. But now they still have the long road ahead. They need to string together 8 rounds in a row to tie the game up. They can't really afford too many mistakes. You allow them now get a gun round here or there. That's all they need to do is get a round here or there to put this one away. So the Stream team really needs to streak some rounds together to be able to try to make the comeback.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do. This is going to be a rifle-on-rifle round. Denial. They don't have too many nades to work with on that terrorist side. They do have a few mollies, but look at that. Statutory Ape moving up, as well as Yayo going to bring down quite a few. Statutory once again getting another 2K. I think that's his second of this half. And now the responsibility for the round of the terrorists is going to fall on Valens and Automatic, the last 2 up against 4. Can they do the impossible?
Yeah, the Stream team just gives Denial a taste of their own medicine, just being really aggressive in that bathrooms and stairwell area and getting a lot of frags because of it. And like I said, it is kind of common to see teams early in the round from CT side kind of press that area, try to get control of stairwell, try to cut off some things and get some picks. And both teams have been successful from CT side doing so thus far. But of course, we have like a really small sample size for the Stream team as it's only their first gun round from this side. But this is what you need to do: get off to an early nice start. This eventually gets your morale up, your momentum back, and then that's kind of the recipe for disaster for Denial. So Denial, I mean, while they were the favorite, the Stream team certainly wasn't a slouch coming into this game outside of not having map familiarity as a team. They definitely still had the firepower and skill to, kind of match Denial frag for frag. So, you're kind of seeing the repercussions of that, and we'll just have to kind of see if it sticks or if Denial eventually uses their, better strategy from T side to eventually pull out some rounds and get back in the game to close out the game rather.
And it looks like the terrorists here are content to keep their AKs, their armor, 2 flashes, well 4 overall, and a smoke. And we'll move on to round 20. And that's another one here for the stream team, moving it up to 6. The road, it's still long, still going to be difficult, but showing us so far, actually, their CT holds have looked pretty good. And we actually just had a player drop as well. Valen's timed out. But luckily, we can pause with this technology.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious to see what Denial's going to do here. They have a couple of AKs to work with. They do have a couple of guys like near 3K or a little bit above 3K. They could, they could theoretically force up some Galils and actually make a play this round from the T side, but very unlikely. I mean, they have such a big lead. There's no real reason. They don't have a reason to force plays like that. So you'll probably just see, some of these guys maybe upgrade their pistols, maybe grab a couple of, maybe a smoke or something, and actually try to work some type execution with these 2 AKs, kind of sticking together and making a play somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because they save those guns, like we can see, Automatic, he's got a gun, but only 150, so now you lose. I guess they're going to have max bonus, so he'll still get quite a bit back, so his other teammates can buy up fully, and then he'd just be forcing a Galil in that case, but yeah, I think that overall that's probably better, because you'd have 2, at worst case, you'd have 2 that have to force a Galil, and 3 full buys. Whereas if you force this round, you've got 2 AKs and 3 Galils.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, you pretty much wrote that down like as best as
Hopefully
you can.
it wasn't too confusing for everybody, because I almost got lost myself, I won't lie.
Nah, I think you're pretty spot on there. We'll just have to kind of see what they decide they want to do.
Yeah, a little bit of a break here, I guess. I mean, you've got some momentum behind you on the stream team. They're probably maybe not too thrilled about the pause, but I mean, it's definitely something that happens. You're going to wait on someone because you'd like this, like the other people to do the same thing for you. All right, I haven't opened the scoreboard in a while actually, so keeping track of the frags at large. We'll look and we'll see relics. Not a surprise, I think. I wonder. I actually want to pull up the stats because it records these things so that I don't have to. The number of 3Ks that Relics has picked up. Okay, only 2. Okay, no, more than that. He's got 2 3Ks and 2 4Ks. So Relics, no surprise, he's got 25 kills.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, on the CT side in the first half, he was just completely locking down the B-bomb site over at Sandbag as well as Canal. He was just, completely just mowing down the stream team. Now, granted, a couple of those 2 of those 4 came on eco rounds, so kind of expected to blender people in that scenario, but he still did a great job holding that B side of the map overall. And so, yeah, I mean, he was definitely like a key player there on the CT side, as well as like some of the aggression you saw from the other guys over at A. But now we're going to see, like, they actually pick up a couple of Tech 9, so, they definitely still pose a threat here, so TST needs to be a little bit careful.
I mean, if we see Relics or Automatic start off with some picks, and, I mean, they are the fraggers, so they can definitely do that, or even some damage, and the Tech 9 finish the job. Coming out of the squeaky door into construction, Automatic and Flow Stick, bringing those 2 kills, and now the stream team, maybe a brief moment of panic right there. Tam, though, going to find 1. He's controlled, finds 3, as he'd also drop that molly by the sandbags. Terrorists not able to run through it. Instead, they line up for the firefight, and they lose it. Now into that 3-on-2. It's a P250 and an AK. Relics moving around.
Denial has to be kicking themselves there. They got the 2 entries at construction, had a 5-on-3 look to take the side. Only Tam was left to defend. I think he was actually playing, though, those toxic barrels, kind of a headshot angle there, and he was able to get a 3K to shut down the round. So that's tough if you're Denial, but also a great individual effort from Tam to salvage the round, where they definitely started off really poorly by losing a couple of guys right off the bat. So both teams making mistakes, but it was the stream team who's recovered better. But hold the phone here. Relics getting a kill, and now they're working their way into the B side once again to possibly get a plant. Yayo here at window, though, able to tag out Relics, so now it'll just be up to Slimmy in the 1 versus 2.
We haven't seen many clutches from the terrorist side. I mean, I guess it's because they've only seen 2 rounds here on Overpass. But yeah, not able to bring that one home either. He did have the bomb on his possession. But I think he had a gun at the end there, but no armor, as he was one of the players. I think he bought a P250 actually. But here we go. Now it's going to be some Galils. I think the 2 Galils we talked about. Maybe we'll see Automatic go for an AK and just skimp a little bit on the nades. No, he'll go Galil and 2 flashes and a smoke over there on Automatic. And this is round 21.
Yeah, and the thing is like Denial's been keeping the economy of the stream team in check. So like, if they lose this round, it's gonna be they'll be able to do a buy, but it won't be a great one. And so Denial can definitely start kind of whittling away. And if they win a couple of rounds, basically they would get like a free round to win the game because the stream team wouldn't have like anything to buy in like the last round of the match. So the stream team has to be a little bit concerned because while they're winning these rounds, they're always losing 3 guys or so in the process. So they haven't been able to build up a set bank. So they're still kind of struggling a bit. They need to like win this round clearly and not lose a lot of guys to try to get back on track in that regard.
Yeah, moving towards A. Oh, what happened to my... Oh, good lord. Did I accidentally press Alt and now I'm stuck on the smoke?
Beautiful, man. You're really good at that.
I had Alt tabbed.
You do that you did that during the...
Oh, I got out. I got out.
You got out nice.
I don't know. I escaped the smoke level, smokeception. As everyone was moving over towards A for Denial is what I wanted to say, but they dropped the bomb very far back. And this can work if they find those pickoffs. But we have seen it fall apart in the past where you get flanked and then you can't get back to the bomb and the round doesn't go the way you want it to. But here they go, trying to execute into A. Statutory Ape, though, playing that close angle, will find one. Now Wade over onto the E-Box. He'll get one. Can he find another? He will. Forced to reload or switch to the USP. As Valens, though, by the bathrooms, I think he will find that lurker. He went and picked up the bomb, so he's not able to help Automatic, who's stuck over in that truck side. Nice smoke here into the bank, though. Looks like Automatic. Does he spray down and get one? And the bomb is going to be planted. Not a lot of HP to work with. Only 2, actually.
Pex with 100. Have a lot to work with either.
Yayo with 5. And the bomb is down, so I guess the clock is in favor of Denial right now. But he can't peek out and contest that as it was planted on the other side of the dumpster. So there it is, another round for the Stream team. If they win this, we would have to just call them the Dream Team.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely, looking good here, but Denial gets that bomb plant, so they're able to go ahead and get themselves another full buy coming in. And once again, though, the Stream team kind of, losing a lot of players. You see a couple of guys down real low. In fact, 3 of their players are not within buying range if they were to lose this round. They'd have to kind of rely on Pex and Yayo to do some drops to be able to salvage something of a buy if Denial's able to win a round. So like I said, they're still not getting that comfortable win they need to start establishing an economy for themselves. Meanwhile, Denial is being real dangerous. They're getting plants. They're getting these rounds down to 1-on-2s, and so the Stream team's just kind of barely holding on. But at the same time, they are doing just enough to win, and they haven't lost a round yet in the half. So they're doing what they need to do to come back, but just not in the best fashion. They could be more optimal with how they're doing things.
I think it was a molly that brought down Automatic to about 3 HP, but look at this flow stick coming out of that main sewer. And while some of these rounds have been close, they haven't got one yet. Denial only need 3 to win, and this has got to be the first. Yayo, the last man up with that purple haze.
Yeah, and saving this op is big, because if he can save this, and we see... I don't think he's going to be able to save it, though, man. He's definitely getting kind of flanked around here by a guy over in the bathrooms there that he's not even paying attention to. But responds to it just in the nick of time. But saving this op is so huge, because this means that the Stream team could actually have 3 guns next round. But, man, he's just getting pushed all over the place, not able to do so. And as it stands, yeah, Pex and Yayo could actually drop, and they need to, because they don't want to let Denial get the match point for free. But it's not going to be a very good buy. And then on top of that, if they lose this round off of kind of a broken buy, it's going to be another broken buy to try to prevent the loss. So this is like a really tough situation for the Stream team. And it really boils down to, even though they were winning all the rounds this half, winning
so close.
7 rounds or 6 rounds in a row, yeah, like you said, it's so close every single time. So they never built up a bank. And so that first loss costs a broken buy. So it's getting a little tough here for the Stream team, but they still might have a chance here.
Well, Statutory Ape over here playing the bank. It's the TTK bank, right? I wanted to make a joke and say they should have put their money in the TTK bank, but whatever. It's all falling apart now. And Harris, the bomb, moving over towards long. Oh, Relics is actually going to have a firefight here with Yayo, as Yayo is pushed up. It's a pretty cheeky spot you'll see a lot of players push up to behind that. I don't even know what to call that. That planter, I guess, with the park sign on it.
I don't know.
Over at Long
I don't have specific names or anything like that, but
we can just the German text, the Abenteuer Spielplatz. If you'd like to call it that, I'm more than open to that option.
Yeah, sure.
Either way, big things happening here. Denial with, well, make it now 4 members alive as Tam will bring down 1 with the nade. Pex there on the assist. They're going for the boost here in construction. They're going to get caught out by the Ape. Can he bring them both down? No. Relics He'll regain his aim and bring down the ape. And then Valen's also going to push through. Wade, though, with a quick one. He's got an op on him. It's a 2-on-1 for Wade. And this is a must-win round right here, and unfortunately he can't do it. So at this point forward, the stream team is going to be playing for overtime.
And they don't have any money to work with this round either, so it's going to be even a worse broken by than what they had last round. And like I said, I know I've been kind of redundant in this, but it really did boil down to, even though they were winning all the rounds, the first 6 in a row, they were always losing 3 guys or so in the process and forcing a lot of rebuys. And it finally catches up with them when they finally lose a round, when they're only on that 1-loss bonus, and it catches up with them again here. They only have, a FAMAS, a Mag 7, and a couple upgraded pistols, so this is not going to be easy, and it's looking real good for Denial to go ahead and close this game out. And the stream team started off on the right footing, winning pistol, not getting eco'd. That got them back in the game at like 13-5, but like I said, too many close rounds have forced them in some really tough economic situations, and now they just have to kind of hope for a miracle this round to try to keep the dream alive. But yeah, like you said, they got to win 7 in a row to force an OT. So this is going to be a long and tough road for TST, but if they can somehow figure it out, that'd be a crazy game.
Pex might get one. He's got that P250. Valens, though, has the sense to check it. I don't know why that spam was so delayed. He must be boosted on something.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, wait a second.
Wait a minute. There should be another guy
yeah,
there.
There has to be another one around there, yeah. I think that's the exact thing that went through his head. He's like, wait a second.
Probably not going to get the kill either way, but it could have maybe done some nice damage. Slemmy will find an op shot there onto Tam. It's now 4 on to Wade and Yayo. The only ones remaining here. Yayo able to find one with the pistol. That's that 5-7. They're going to bounce that nade back into SWAT, and that's going to allow Automatic to find the frag there with the AK. Wade now the last man up, and Slemmy through that main drain going to bring down Wade.
Yeah, so kind of expected. When we were previewing the teams, we were talking about how this Denial lineup as Lunatic and some of the Aspen qualifiers were able to kind of make some noise, kind of able to contest against some of the other top teams in the NA, even pulling off an upset against what is now Liquid in the qualifier 2 to make a top 4 finish at the second Aspen qualifier. And this map is one of the maps that they were able to do that upset on. This was like their map 3 win against the former Denial and now Liquid to make that upset. And so it was a map we knew they could play pretty well against domestic competition based on their track record of, like I said, upsetting some of the better teams in NA on this map. When you came to the stream team, you look at that team and you see that there's definitely some players on there that are, on par with Denial as far as fragging ability, namely, Ape, who has always been kind of a solid fragger for the stream team, even when they still had, like, their stars and Adrenaline Anger and stuff like that. He was always still, like, a really good fragger for them. And, so yeah, we kind of figured the stream team would have close to the same skill level as Denial, but Denial would definitely have a lot more map awareness and understanding of how to play the map, and that is certainly evident when you see that TST was only able to come up with 2 rounds on the T side. Granted, this is a CT-sided map, so it's somewhat understandable to see a big double-digit, score from the CT team, but you got to give yourselves a chance to do something. So they really needed to find, 4 or 5 rounds to give themselves a chance in the second half, and they were only able to find, 1 gun round the entire half of, 14 rounds played after the pistol. So that's just a recipe for disaster in its own right. And it really did come down to in the first half, there's a lot of times where they were able to kind of like equally trade with Denial, get down to these mid-round 3v3 situations. They could never close those out. They were always losing those close number situations, and that pretty much led to their demise in the first half. And in the second half, while they went and streaked 6 rounds together to kind of start mounting some type of comeback, it came at the cost of them always losing, 3 or so players and forcing themselves to rebuy quite a lot in the next round that, to keep contesting, to keep the wave rolling. And it eventually caught up to them when they finally lost a round. And it forced them to play, those last 2 rounds with like virtually nothing to contest, the full 5, buy of the other team, and that pretty much led to them losing the game. So there was little moments there where we thought maybe they could bring it back, but in the end, Denial was pretty much in control of the game the whole time. And I think it really did come down to just being a better team on this particular map, where I don't think the stream team's ever scrimmed this map before as a 5, and so it was kind of foretelling that we would kind of see this result.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have liked to have seen them maybe just playing on a different map, because Overpass, especially for a new team, it's probably not a map you're playing a lot. You're a new team. You're trying to gel. Right. You're trying to find some strats on the maps that I guess are more likely to get picked Although I think it's worth like to have that discussion. Like the map pool's not very big. Overpass is getting played a lot. Like if we look back at the last major, the finals for DreamHack Winter were on Overpass, so it's a map that teams really need to start knowing. But I feel like just in CEVO-P and a regular season match, like there's plenty of other matches where they can make it up for their record. Overpass was maybe not something they were looking at too thoroughly. So if they're over here on the stream again, twitch.tv/playcevo, I'd like to see what they can bring on another map. And, well, for you viewers that were hoping for more, unfortunately, we've got nothing else coming up. So I'd like to thank you for watching. And, of course, your casters, I'm Helium. You can find me on Twitter there in orange at HeliumBrella. Dust here at Dust Moret. And any parting words from you?
Yeah, also you can just quickly see the links in chat out. There's a command now to bring up all of our Twitter, so you can just easily click the link and follow if you don't want to have to type it in from the orange print below. So yeah, if you want to support the commentators, that'd be great. If you can either contact me through Twitter or email or something if you ever want to, send me some advice or some criticisms my way. I'm always looking to improve, so always feel free to let me know what you'd like to see improve, because it's all about bringing you the best product we can and customer satisfaction, so to speak. So definitely we like to hear your thoughts and words and try to use that to improve ourselves as we move forward. But other than that, just thanks a lot for tuning in. Hopefully you'll follow up this channel, and we're usually casting matches. Somebody's here casting matches pretty much every night, Sunday through Thursday, usually 2 or 3 games a night, but tonight, unfortunately, only had 1 game for you. But yeah, so just follow up. We got a lot more CS on this channel to bring you throughout the year, and so hopefully we'll see you more often. That's it. That's all I got. Thanks a lot.
All right, peace out, guys. We'll catch you next time.